All right, we'd like to welcome everyone for coming out today. I'd like to recognize a lot of people to help make this project come to fruition. Couple comments I'll make is, back when we started this project, it's been a little while in the making. It takes a while to get the land figured out and all that. And I think Mr. Perrins, he had hair when we started this project, I think, and Joseph's hair wasn't gray. The mayor pretty much looks the same. I'm trying to see if Dave's here. I don't think Dave had gray hair, and he's almost white today. So, there's been some time passed since we started working down here, and to now see what it's turned into is pretty cool. It looks like one thing on paper when you look at paper, and it's all these lines and squares and rectangles, and you don't realize the monstrosity of the buildings once you get them up in the air and go vertical. And it's pretty cool. We're doing this right now that, we've got some finished and some still going, and if somebody wants a tour about what construction looks like, we'll put together one of the guys and kind of walk you around and see what that looks like in a unit as they're doing it, if that interests you. We'll also open the clubhouse, and you're welcome to tour all the way through the clubhouse. And then we have some units that are set up inside here and have some signs. You can just follow the signs and go tour the units. And there's 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom, different types of 2-bedroom units where unrelated families can live, where the bathrooms are tied into the bedrooms separately, and then some studios and a 1-bedroom. So there's a lot of variety of that here. But first of all, we'd like to thank all of you for being here and your support here in the community, some of the neighboring businesses and stuff here that are here to support us, and obviously the city. We'll start off by having Mayor Mendenhall come up. It's not very often I get to do this in a city, being the mayor in the neighboring city and in the city next door, and have the mayor here with us. That's pretty cool. But if you want to say something, Mayor, that'd be great.
What a beautiful project. It's stuff like this when it gets done in your community that and you know this as well, Mayor, but as staff and elected officials, it's something that when people ask, hey, what kind of product are you looking for in multifamily type stuff, we can bring them to a place like this and say, this is how it's done. And so just the right spot, the right time. Thank you for thinking of Spanish Fork and working through. We know how long it takes for projects to start, be in the middle, and then end. And this is far from ending, but we sure appreciate the vision that you have, your company has, to put something here and then make the facilities that make a quality of life for people that are going to live here. So residents of Spanish Fork are going to love an area like this, love the amenities that you provided, and I'm already walking by thinking of my kids and other people's kids and those people that are in such need of housing like this, to be in the right place, close to shopping, close to transportation. So you've done it right, and welcome to Spanish Fork. Appreciate all you do.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Speaking of those units, I was going to have Nate, if you want to come up and give a little spiel on. Nate helps us with our leasing agent to help us get the units leased and management and all that. And so if he wants to come up and say a few words about the product and what we have here, that'd be great.
Sure. I'm Nate Fotheringham with Rockworth Management, and I'm going to actually point to Kyla, who is our manager here, and if you'll raise your hand, and Jordan, who helps as well. You go through these buildings. The Dallas has done a beautiful job of designing and building these and providing the amenities, and we kind of see all the nuts and bolts of it. But the really fun part's about to begin, and that's when the people come in. And Kyla is part of our team. It's not just her providing information, but we have her because she connects with people. And the hope is that we can have a lot of people move in here, and this will be their home. And we wanted to be their home for a long time and to make memories and have a wonderful experience living here. And we appreciate each one of you because it's all a community where these people will be going to these schools and they'll be participating in your businesses. And we're excited to work together to try and make that sort of a win for you and for us as well. Dallas mentioned it a little bit, but you can see some of the amenities here with the pool, the hot tub. Inside, we've got a whole movie room you can check out. There's a bunch of game room. On this other side, we're going to have some big fields. We'll probably also have some car amenities in terms of some vacuums and things with some of Dallas's connections that we're excited about. We've got studios, 1s, 2s, 3 bedrooms, so we're going to be able to accommodate a lot of different people and different family types. So we're really excited about it.
everybody says that Dallas did this. Dallas did not do this. I want to recognize some people that helped make this a reality. I'll first thank the chamber for being here. The chamber members, if you can raise your hand, thanks for being here and providing the ribbon cutting and whatnot. Thank you. There's a lot of people, it takes a lot of people working together in all different aspects and different companies and third parties and other things to really pull one of these off and put it together. We don't have a representative from our financial institution here today, but we want to thank them. We want to thank our architects. This group of 3 right here are the architects on the project, the Pontus group. We want to thank them for providing the drawings and working through that process with us. And then Alberto, if you raise your hand, and Luis. Alberto and Luis are the horses on the ground. They're the ones that actually make it happen. They're the ones that actually get the buildings built. So they're the ones screaming at the architects because the drawings have issues or whatever. Or they're not reading them right, Alan? That's more like it. And then we got some staff here from the Lone Star office, Russ and Joseph and Jake. You guys want to raise your hands? And Caleb back here in the back, and Greg and Antonio, and all these guys work in the office behind the scenes to help support the staff here on the ground to get a project done like this. We want to thank them, and Mark also back there. We also have a few people here that are investors in the project that have helped from a financial side, and we'd like to recognize them. Jeff, if you raise your hand, and Tom, and John, Greg, some of the others here. We just want to thank them and thank them for believing in us and in this project. And we believe that it is a project that's different than other ones in Spanish Fork, this product type, up to this point, because of the amenities that it has. Nate mentioned some, but we're actually going to try something a little new. There's some free vac stalls, kind of like what you see at the car wash, but they're specific to the apartment project here. There's a designated spot for them back there in the back, and you just push a button, it's central vac, and you can vacuum your cars. There's lots of pavilions and playgrounds throughout, similar to the one that's behind us here. That's a smaller one. There's others that are bigger with bigger pavilions. There's barbecue pavilions. There's a splash pad in the back with a half of a soccer field with a walking trail goes all the way around. So there's a lot of amenities that aren't normal. But when we started this with Spanish Fork City, that was one of the big things that they wanted, was to make sure we provide a product that is different than the other ones in Spanish Fork, not only from an amenity standpoint, but also a finish standpoint. So when you go through the units today, hopefully you'll recognize the extra effort we put into making them nice and a place that's attractive, that people want to live at. Another cool thing that we have is a lot of garages here. So in the buildings themselves, on the lower unit, on one side of the buildings where there's drive up, there's garages. You'll be able to see that when you tour the units. And then there's detached garages. So about 65% of the tenants will have a garage if they opt to. And then obviously there's tons and tons of other parking. Well, we want to thank Nikki. Nikki is from our office too. She got all the food put together and did all that. Nikki, thank you for your efforts. Good job. She's going to be mad at me that I say this, but Kara did all of our interior design for all of the inside pictures, furniture, all that stuff. She did it the way that I normally do stuff, which about 3 weeks ago I said, hey, we actually need to get the interior design done and get it done, and she jumped right on it and got it done. And so Kara, thanks, hon. She did a great job. We'll recognize, I said Seth's name, but he is city manager of Spanish Fork. Seth, if you'd raise your hand, please. He likes to be recognized. Seth, thanks for helping us work through the city process and get all that done. We know you actually do the work, the mayor doesn't. Just want to recognize that. We'll come up here and do the ribbon cutting, and then you're welcome to tour right down the sidewalk into the first breezeway of that building. There's some signs that take you to the units that are open. Thank you all for your support and for being here. Appreciate it.
Welcome to Spanish Fork Ridgeline Community.